I would like to give you a quick overview of the AI Act, notably when it comes to its implications for the financial sector. So first of all, a couple of words about the AI Act, and notably how we got to the AI Act. The AI Act is a proposal by the Commission, which was adopted in April 2021. But the work on the Commission on Artificial Intelligence didn't start then. It started way earlier. In particular, we can quickly mention the first communication of the policy, let's say, implications of AI in Europe, which dates back to 2018. This communication led to the establishment of a high-level expert group, which was an independent expert group advising the Commission on questions around artificial intelligence. And the work of that expert group was very important because it helped the Commission identify certain policy options when it comes to the regulation of artificial intelligence on the one hand, and also on the other hand, on fostering the excellence around artificial intelligence, meaning what are the ingredients, the tools that Europe needs to pull together in order to become a leader in the development of artificial intelligence, not only on the regulatory implications, but also indeed on the development and production of AI in Europe. The AI Act was also preceded, following the recommendations by the high-level expert group, also by a wide public consultation, which took place around February 2020, when the Commission adopted a white paper on artificial intelligence. But so now let's move forward indeed on the actual proposal, and let's take a look at what are some of the key elements of the proposal. I would say there are two main points which need to be stressed. On the one hand, this is the horizontal approach. What does it mean, horizontal approach? It means that the proposal regulates artificial intelligence systems regardless of the sector in which they are used. So in that sense, the regulation is horizontal. It applies to systems that can be deployed in several different economic sectors. Some of them could be private, some could be public. For instance, the financial sector is also one of the sectors that are included. The other important point about the AI Act is the risk-based approach. In essence, risk-based approach means that the regulation depends on the type of risk that an AI system poses. And essentially, the AI Act identifies three types of risks. When the risk is not acceptable, then the regulatory response is to prohibit the system. An example would be, for instance, systems that exploit vulnerabilities of persons or may use some sort of subliminal technique to cause harm to individuals. So in these cases, we believe there is no value in keeping certain systems available, and therefore they should be prohibited. The second category of risk is when the risk is considered high. High with respect to the health and safety of persons or to their fundamental rights, like for instance when there is a risk to discriminate people. In these cases, the AI Act classifies those type of systems that pose this type of high risk as subject to a number of requirements. This means that the providers, so the manufacturers of the system, those who develop the system and want to put it on the European market, need to ensure compliance with certain specific requirements that are identified by the law, and need also to ensure compliance of those requirements ex ante, implying that essentially they need to certify that their system is correct, properly functioning and compliant. How is this done? Through a CE mark, which is a common feature of a lot of products that are available in the EU. And finally, the third category of risk is when an AI system may lead to some sort of transparency risks. For instance, when I am interacting with a chatbot, I need to know that even if the chatbot can utter very human-like sentences, In fact, it is a chatbot, whether these are written in text or, for instance, spoken in language. So I'm not interacting with another human, I'm interacting with the system, with an artifact. Where are we right now with the AI Act? So the AI Act has been proposed by the Commission, but the co-legislators in the EU architectures are the Council and the European Parliament. Those are the institutions that make the final decision what should be transformed into law. And right now, we are in the process of waiting for the three institutions to get together in order to hammer out a final deal. The Commission, as I mentioned, adopted its proposal in April 2021. The Council has adopted its position on the Commission proposal in December 2022, and the Parliament is about to adopt its own negotiation position very soon, which means that we hope that by the end of the year, in 2023, we will be able to have the final adoption of the AI Act in the EU.